And good evening.
Very good evening, sir. Very good evening. Murthy sir,
November,
how are
I
you,
hope
sir?
you nice seeing you again. It's a
Yeah,
great
sir. Very
pleasure.
nice to see you, sir.
Thank you
Today,
so much.
to- today, my daughter Pooja is joining you. I have one 7 to 9 another seminar live in Vijayawada at Arogyalam Ashram, Amantra's
Oh,
Naturopathy Ashram.
so Pooja is your daughter, huh? You are
Pooja
blessed.
is my daughter. Yes, yes. She
Okay,
graduated from Hyderabad Electronic and Communication.
uh-huh.
She settled in Rohtak now.
Okay, Rohtak is close to Delhi, and she is
Very
close to
close to
us.
Delhi. Yes, yes, yes,
Right,
yes, sir.
right. Very nice.
All your
And
blessings.
is she
So I
working? No, is she working here or
no,
Pooja?
they have their own institute, Murthy Garu. From 6th to 12th, they are giving the coachings.
Okay, okay.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. And my
Blessed.
son has graduated from your MIT University only, from Hyderabad.
Ah, what is his name?
Mr.
What's your
Shyam
son's
Lamba.
name? Ask him to get in touch with me. I'm so happy to have such alumni
Definitely, sir.
committee.
Definitely, sir.
No,
I'll
we
do
are
that.
proud of such brilliant people, no, who pass out from the portals and who
Yes,
are our
sir.
ambassadors. So I'm so happy your
Absolutely,
son
sir.
studied in Amity.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. So I'll get him in touch with you.
Right, right, certainly.
Yes, sir. That's great, sir. So,
And Pujaji, what is your dream?
my
Hello,
both
Ramji,
daughters
Dr.
are
Ram, Namaskar.
Sir, good evening, everyone. So, Mr. Dubey, good evening, sir.
very,
Welcome back again. Good evening, Dr.
very
Garu,
good evening,
Pooja,
Ram.
all our MCs. Yeah,
Hello,
good
Good,
evening.
good
Dr.
evening, sir.
Dubey.
Good evening,
Dr. Dubey,
all of you.
Namaskar, everyone.
Good evening, all of
Ram, you will have to also mute the other people, when during the session, some IT control should be there so that there is no crosstalk.
Yes,
Yeah. Hello, Arun.
correct.
Good evening, Arun.
Good evening, sir. How are you all?
Yeah, fantastic.
Yeah,
Thank you.
nice to
Professor
see you
Dubey.
all here.
Yeah, Professor Dubey. So yesterday we signed the MOU. Today we are here for a session together.
Yes, sir, I remember
That's
we all have assembled yesterday, but
Right,
unfortunately my video was not working properly,
right,
hence we could not see you.
right. And I'm so happy that this MOU we will achieve many things together with your university,
Thank you, sir. We need
Gurukul,
your blessing
Gurukul
in future
Boundary
also.
Vishwavidyalaya.
Yeah.
That's also founder president Dr. Chauhan likes this institute a lot.
Yeah. One of your employees who came to Gurukul Kangan University joined is very enthusiastic,
Dr.
Santad
Rajput.
Rajput.
Yeah,
And he
that's
always remembers and appreciate you.
thank you. This Lead India is doing a good job. They are propagating the message of the Kalam.
all your
Yeah,
blessings.
yeah.
All
Yeah,
your
Yeah,
blessings, sir. We are putting our maximum efforts.
right.
absolutely, sir. Yeah.
Ram is making so much effort, and Hari on the from US and Ram from India. You people are
Absolutely,
doing
sir.
a great mission.
He
You are
deserves a
Yes,
lot
sir.
of appreciation. He has
certainly.
making continuous effort since the last 20 years. So I appreciate his efforts which he is making nowadays.
Wonderful, sir. Wonderful. Thank you very much. Yeah. So we can wait for a couple of more minutes for all the speakers to join. I think Srinivasa Alluri, the keynote speaker, is about to join. Meanwhile, Pooja, be ready to welcome to introduce the webinar host of the event today.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, so that the host will invite all the speakers and then invite all the MCs, volunteers, then mention or recognize the partners of this event today.
Dr. Rajput has also joined. Dr. Rajput, Dr. Swati, nice seeing you, both of you.
Thank you, sir. Yes, sir.
So yesterday we signed MOU. Today we have the first event. All of you are
Yes,
there.
sir. Activity started. Yes.
Yes, very interesting.
So this synergy brings a lot of value to whatever we do. It amplifies our efforts and outcome.
Absolutely.
Good evening, sir. Hari, sir, how are you? Sir, your audio is off.
Yes. Yeah. Good evening to all of you.
Hello, Dr. Hari.
Good evening, Dr. Hari garu. Very good evening.
Thank you, Dr. Salvamurthy and Dr.
Yeah, good
Dubey.
evening.
Good evening.
It's always pleasure to see you, Hari.
Yes.
You know,
Same here, sir. I was looking forward to seeing you. Thank you so much for joining us.
you have vice president from India now for US.
Yes. Finally, the drama is over. I think now we are moving forward.
So we are so happy.
Yeah.
The long democracy
Correct.
and a large democracy coming together, we will create wonders.
I think the world was looking for it, and finally, it is closed. That's good.
I think Ram, we can
Ram,
start.
you can get started. Yeah.
Yes, sir. Yeah. Good morning, Dr. Hari garu. Yeah. Today we have our MCs, one of the MCs, Pooja. She is going to introduce the host of the webinar today, the event today. Pooja, please go ahead and introduce the host of the webinar today.
Sure, sir. Thank you. Rama Murari. Dr. Rama Murari has about 20 years of experience in IT company Oracle ERP technology. He traveled for work in India, USA, Australia, Singapore, Sri Lanka, Qatar, and Dubai. He served 2 years as Mandal Parishad Development Officer, Panchayat Raj in Andhra Pradesh, India. He pursued PhD in geology after post-graduation in Osmania University in Hyderabad, India. He got certified in German language from CIFL. He pursued 1 year PG diploma in IT from Simco in Hyderabad, India, while doing PhD. He is the founder of an NGO and coordinator to few more for the last 20 years. He is currently the managing trustee for the Lead India Liberty Foundation in India. He is also practicing Brahma Kumari's Raja Yoga meditation for more than 3 years. He believes that the harmony in the family gives harmony in the world. Rama Murari is happy and a peaceful man when he offers selfless service to the needy and volunteer for a good cause. Let us now welcome Rama Murari to host the webinar today on boosting immunity through holistic healthcare, jointly organized by Lead India Foundation USA and MIT University, India.
Thank you very much, Pooja, for your nice introduction. Today is actually on 8th November, 6:30 p.m. to 9 p.m. IST. We are having this session, boosting immunity through holistic healthcare. This is jointly organized by the Amity University. Amity University is the collaborating organization for this special seminar on the eve of the COVID-19, the pandemic, which is spreading more and more. I now introduce or recognize who are all our stakeholders of this event today. I'm going to share the screen quickly and explain you who are all the real hard workers for this webinar going to happen today. So you see my screen. This is the program schedule for today. Let me reduce the size a little bit. Yeah. So this is basically from the Lead India Foundation. The Lead India Foundation, it has been started with the chief mentorship of Dr. APJ Abdul Kalam. The chairman of this foundation being Dr. Hari Panapalli, who graced the occasion today. Thank you, sir. And this is organized in collaboration with the Amity University, New Delhi, India. Dr. Selva Murthy, the president of the Amity University, is here with us today. Thank you, sir, for joining us. And we have this Dr. Kalam Memorial Global Webinar, which has a vision to transform the youth into responsible citizens. And the specific event today is on the boosting of immunity through holistic healthcare. We are going to have an interactive session with the youth. So we have this session from 6:30 p.m. to 8 p.m. That is a scheduled session. And then anyone can register for this session at leadindia.us website. Whoever register and attend this webinar, they can have the opportunity to get the e-certificate signed by the founder and chairman of Lead India Foundation, collaboratively with Amity University. And this event, anyone can watch at leadindia.us website, or there is a YouTube live streaming already in place. And the youtube.com has youtube.com Lead India USA is the YouTube link, which is very much available there. And today, the main event, the contributors for this event are the first one who introduced the webinar host, that is myself, is Pooja Malik. She introduced her, the webinar host today. And then I'm going to give what is this program. About this program, I will give all the details. Then another MC is going to speak about KG Pavitra. She is going to speak or introduce the next speaker, Arun Kumar, who is going to be the welcome addressee for this event today. Then Arun Kumar is going to welcome all the keynote speakers, including the chief patron, the founder and chairman of Lead India, Dr. Hari Panapalli. And then we are going to have a short video clipping about Lead India, and then what is the vision of sustainable inclusive development. That is the vision for the country. And the last conference we have, about 8 regions participated, and we are going to implement the sustainable goals. So that would be given a short clipping. And then again, Pooja Malik is going to introduce the next speaker, the chief guest of the event today, Dr. William Selvam-Murthy, the President, Amity Innovation Center, Amity University today, India, Amity University, India. And I'm sorry, I forgot to mention Ramesh Wankudot. He is our coordinator for this event. He is going to play the videos. Then Pooja Malik, another, again, she is the MC. She is going to introduce the next speaker, guest of honor, Dr. R.C. Dubey. He is the Dean Medical Sciences and Health from Haridwar, India. That is Gurukul Karpil Vishwavidyalaya, Haridwar, India. So then KG Pavitra is going to introduce the keynote addressee, Sri Srinivas Alluri, who is the founder and president of Vishwamanavata Samstha, Hyderabad, India. Again, we would again play a clipping that is being done by Ramesh Wankudota, our coordinator of the event. Pavitra is again going to introduce the next speaker. And For introducing the next speaker and giving the closing remarks, we will have interactive session during 8 o'clock to 8:20. We come to this closing remark. And 8:20 to 8:30, Dr. Swati Madan is going to give the closing remarks for this event. So this is in brief what we are going to do this event today. So without any delay, I request the next MC, KG Pavitra, to introduce the welcome addressee of the event today, T. Arun Kumar. He is the Director of Training, Liberty Foundation, India. Pavitra, please go ahead and introduce the...
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. T. Arun Kumar has more than 2 years of experience as a campus recruitment trainer with the MPC Nandi Foundation, having more than 3 years of experience as a freelance neuro-linguistic programming master coach cum content developer for various schools. He has more than 1 year of experience as an education coach at Exceed Education, has more than 7 years of experience in the field of training and development as soft skill lead mentor and facilitator. Arun Kumar also has experience in corporate companies, felicitated with Best Trainer Award from Mahindra Pride Classroom, Nandi Foundation in the year 2018 and 19. He has experience in HR interview process for Narayana Group of Institutions. Arun Kumar has also conducted 3-day workshops for 180 teachers. He received a Silver Director Award from Padma Shri Syed Kirmani. Arun Kumar received National Player Certificate in Hockey representing the state Andhra Pradesh at National Sports Meet held in Pune, October 2002. He received Rashtrapati Puraskar President Award from Dr. APJ Abdul Kalam as the Best Scout in the Bharat Scouts and Guide, September 2003. He is currently acting as Director Training for Liberty Foundation. I now request T. Arun Kumar to welcome our keynote speakers of this session today.
Thank you, Pavitra. Arun Kumar, please
Yeah.
go ahead.
Thank you, Pavitra, and thank you, Ram sir, for giving this opportunity. So it's a privilege to welcome all the keynote speakers because it's a global platform, and everybody is willing to know what is really like how to boost our immunity for a holistic purpose. So I welcome all the speakers here. So I start with Dr. Hari Eppanpalli, who is the Chief Patent. I welcome you, sir. And I welcome Dr. Williams Selumurthy, who is a chief guest for this webinar. And after that, we are going to welcome Dr. R.C. Dubey, who is a guest of honor. So after that, we have Srinivas Alluri, who is going to address with the keynote addressee. And finally, we are going to have Dr. Swati Madan, who is going to give up closing remarks. So when it comes to healthcare, so what I suggest is, I have a saying to say all of you that health is wealth. So if you can keep your health, and it's automatically gives you the wealth. So a few of the things I'll just give you what I am following to keep my health well. So that is whenever you get up in the morning, the first hour of a day, if you start walking, that will give you a lot of boosting to your immunity. And that's how you can actually come up with your health. And the next thing which you have to keep is you have to have enough water, which is sufficient, because the body gets dehydrated. And whenever you feel thirsty, it's always recommended to have water. It's not that whenever you want to drink, it's not recommended. But whenever you feel so, then that time it's a good thing that you have water. And coming to the diet pattern. So instead of just eating breakfast, lunch, and then dinner, it's always suggested that whenever your tummy feels hungry, that is the right time that you can actually have a nice food. And try to avoid junk food and all these things. And see that you take a healthy diet with fruits and vegetables. And finally, the fourth most important thing is take enough rest. So if you take enough rest, the body will actually get recharged for the next coming days. And that is how we can boost up your immunity. And once that is done, then everything can be possible in your life. So thank you so much for giving this opportunity.
Thank you, Dr. Thank you, T. Arun Kumar. Arun Kumar is our Liberty Foundation Director for the training. He has been helping us for the last close to 1 year. And he is now based out of Mumbai. He's actually now he has taken up a new position at one of the companies there. Arun Kumar, if you also can give 1 minute of insight, what are the various trainings Liberty Foundation and Lead India we are doing?
Yes. So right now, like we talk about Liberty Foundation, the training what we give it, we actually give training to students, college students, and then the management staff. So here the main thing is divided into 3 aspects. We actually train students in 4 areas. One is environment, then it is education, then third one is peace and harmony, and the fourth area is healthcare. So these are the 4 areas that the Liberty Foundation has come up with training. And these 4 areas are actually a dream of our president, that is like our sir, who is Dr. APJ Abdul Kalam. It's his dream vision to have these 4 areas to be the 4 pillars of Liberty Foundation. And that's how to fulfilling that particular area, we are actually coming with a lot of areas, and we are trying to develop a digital platform wherein we can actually come up with all the training aspects. So this is a small introduction about the training part.
Thank you, Arun Kumar, for sharing about the training aspect of what we are doing through the Liberty Foundation. Liberty Foundation is basically a child organization of Lead India Foundation USA. So probably we can give more insight during the next specific event. And I now request KG Pavitra, the MC of the webinar today. Before going to introduce the next speaker, probably I would like to introduce KG Pavitra, what is her profile. Basically, KG Pavitra is from the JNTU Anantapur University. She has done her Master of Business Administration from that university. And she is very much interested. She is a very great speaker, public speaker, and she has been associated with Lead India for the last couple of months. So Pavitra has been introduced by Dr. Shravan Kumar, who is the MC lead of the event today. And Dr. Shravan is, again, he is the faculty at JNTU Anantapur campus. So with this small note, I request Pavitra to introduce the Chief Patron and the founder and chairman of Lead India Foundation, Dr. Hari Panapalli.
Thank you very much for the introduction, sir. Now, bio of Sir Hari Panapalli. Dr. Hari Panapalli is a financial service professional, an entrepreneur, and a with a passion for healthcare and turn youth into responsible citizens to establish a peaceful society for harmonious living. He received his B.Tech in Mechanical Engineering from JNTU Hyderabad, Masters in Computer Science from New Jersey Institute of Technology, and completed an executive program in General Management from Massachusetts Institute of Technology. He is an entrepreneur, keynote speaker, investor in disruptive technology companies, and serves as the chairman of the board of the CIC IC Group and Quibble Genomic Institute. He is a visionary, mentor, founder, and chairman of the Lead India and Liberty Foundation, advisor to Alternate Development Organization in Norway, and the funding board member and vice president of the financial policy. He serves on the board of several for-profit and non-profit organizations. Dr. Hari Appanapalli works closely with the 11th President of India, Dr. APJ Abdul Kalam, on the Lead India movement since 2008. He is funding chairman of the Lead India Foundation USA. Lead India is a brainchild of Dr. Kalam's Vision 2020 and funded with the mission to provide affordable quality healthcare, education, preserve and protect the planet for future generations to come, and develop spiritual families to establish peace and harmony in the society. It's my honor and privilege to present to you the chief patron of today, Dr. Hari Appanapalli.
Thank you, Pavitra.
Thank you so much, Pavitra, and I would like to welcome all of you, Dr. Selva-Murthy, and good to see you, Arun Kumar, and thank you, Dr. Maruri, for introducing all of us. It's wonderful to see you all. So let me briefly make some remarks here why we're planning to do this. So again, good morning and good afternoon and good evening, some of the people who joined from other parts of the world. So it's we are going through a rough time, especially because of the COVID-19 pandemic, which is continuing to impact millions of lives of people around the world. And the global healthcare, education, economy, and employment is very much impacted because of the restricted mobility. And especially students, UNESCO has estimated about 1.5 billion students around the world are affected because of the schools and colleges are closed. Youth are undergoing a lot of stress and losing hope since finding jobs also has become very difficult. Just looking at the numbers today, the USA is about 10.1 million people affected with COVID, 244,000 people dead, and India is just trailing behind USA, about 8.5 million people, 126,000 people dead. Brazil is third and Russia is fourth, and the total around the world about 50.4 million people affected with COVID and approximately 1.25 million people dead. It's very unfortunate that we are facing in our lifetime this kind of tragedy, and we need to stop this as soon as possible by providing guidance on how to protect from the COVID and also increase the immunity. And thank you so much for Manavata and other organizations coming forward to help us in training our youth to keep them safe and also through them keep the families, friends, and neighbors safe from COVID-19. So in this process, the Lead India Foundation has been hosting a series of webinars on the impact of COVID-19 and also to instill hope and encourage youth to be safe and positive about their future. So the pandemic has created an opportunity and undeniable challenges, as we all can see, to make sure that we survive and sustain through these issues. So in the process, we held recently a global webinar on sustainable inclusive development, challenges and opportunities for healthcare, education, environment, peace and harmony, economy, employment, and empowerment of youth and women. This became a world record, was held around in 10 sessions in 37.25 hours in Australia, Japan, Singapore, India, Middle East, Africa, Europe, North America, and Latin America. The aim of the webinar was to encourage speakers and participants to adopt and implement these 7 goals by engaging the youth, NGOs, governments, and corporations, and subject matter experts in their respective regions. As a precursor to this, we also held a webinar, held an innovation challenge for the youth on sustainable inclusive development on October 2nd, which happened to be another great leader, Mahatma Gandhi's 151st birthday. So you can still submit your innovation challenge ideas at www.leadindia.us. So it's important that we contribute to this world for sustainability and leave this planet for future generations. Our primary objective of this holding the world record webinar on October 15th, which happens to be Dr. Kalam's 89th birthday. And we want to make sure that youth are transformed into responsible citizens and engage them in developing the nations and come up with a affordable quality healthcare and affordable quality education and preserve and protect the planet for future generations to increase the awareness, use of alternate energy, protect air, water, food, natural resources, and save the environment by reducing the carbon emissions. And we would like to make sure that women are empowered with proper entrepreneurship and employable skills, as well as youth. And ultimately, we want to enable them to earn their living respectfully. Finally, Dr. Kalam wanted to bring peace and harmony by developing the spiritual families. So it is always Kalam's dream was to encourage youth to dream big and aim high in life, acquire knowledge, work hard towards achieving the dreams, even in times of difficulty like this, convert these adversities into opportunities and move forward in life with a positive attitude. So it is very important that we follow this vision and mission of Dr. Kalam. Now it has become global vision and mission. So I would like to welcome all of you to contribute in your own respective places and make sure that we have a sustainable, inclusive development around the world. So I would like to end with one poem that is very dear to Dr. Kalam. It goes like this: where there is righteousness in the heart, there is beauty in the character. When there is beauty in the character, there is harmony in the home. When there is harmony in the home, there is order in the nation. When there is order in the nation, there is peace in the world. Peace comes from harmony, and harmony comes from the beauty of character. Let's focus on building character of our youth to bring peace into this world. Again, once again, I would like to thank each one of you for joining us today and conducting this webinar on boosting the immunity for our youth and making sure that they in turn boost the immunity of the friends, families, and neighbors in their neighborhoods to keep safe from the COVID-19. Thank you so much and look forward to hearing from the experts. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Hari. Dr. Hari has been the leader for us, who is giving a positive direction to the entire team of Lead India and Liberty Foundation. And we have also come up with the Lead Foundation Global, which is nothing but Lead India USA, which has been renamed for the organizational convenience. And we are going to have these different foundations at respective regions across the globe. So we are now global organization. So we are taking the dream of Dr. Kalamji at a global level, and also we are planning to do some projects. Now, I would like to play one small clipping of the Lead India's innovation, what we have been planning to take all these, whatever the 4 pillars, healthcare, education, environment, peace and harmony, then economic development, and also youth and women empowerment, which are very much aligned to the sustainable development goals of the United Nations. So we are going to work on these sustainable goals. For that, our leaders has come up with one innovation challenge that would give some insight on what we are going to do, why we have taken up this kind of innovation challenge. Give me a second. I'm going to play that video. I request all of you to mute yourself. Otherwise, I would be able to mute myself, all of you.
Every year, an average of 1.5 million students get their degree in engineering, but due to lack of skill to perform technical jobs, less than 20% of them get employed in their core domain. That's a quote from Business World. Why do we have a flood of students who want to get an engineering degree when only a fraction of them get employed in their core domains? The answer lies in societal and parental pressures that lead kids to either become a doctor or become an engineer and not pursue their true passion. This is a major hurdle in achieving a society that is capable of solving 21st century problems. The current trend is watering down the country's core talent and is creating citizens with degrees but not real qualifications. The solution to this problem lies in the phrase respect and remuneration that I keep addressing in my paper. We need to create respect and remuneration for all kinds of fields so that only a handful of professions don't get bottlenecked with an influx of apprehensive aspirers. The way of educational institutions to merely take test scores as a benchmark in determining a candidate's worth must change. We as a society must mine the talents of children and take a holistic approach in determining their candidacy. Sir Roger Penrose won the Nobel Prize in Physics this very month. He said that he was not that good at taking tests, and if tests are going to continue being a benchmark in calibrating their worth, we would unforgivingly lose many geniuses like Penrose. I've written about reform in education, teaching, professionalism, attitudes towards workforce, casteism, societal pressures, parental pressures, and so on in my paper. And I encourage the esteemed audience to read it for an in-depth analysis. My name is Adipudi Venkata Rohit, and I thank everyone for this opportunity.
Hello, Jakob Fagland here. I'm here to tell you about micro-investing, an approach to end hunger for smallholders. Smallholders represent 7 out of 10 of the world's hungry and are just rarely getting a job outside their sector. There is profitable options though, although they are usually not very available for the smallholders. What we need to do is kitify drip lines, maybe 2 times 15 meters, and related connectors with just a few high-quality seeds for the bed. And the same, just a few hundred grams of water-soluble fertilizer, enough for 3 months for 15 square meter. By doing that, you get an investment, maybe $7, maybe $10, and that investment will return 5 to 15 times the money back in just 3 months. You reinvest some, and you do the same again and again. When you've done it 3 times, we see people often getting $10 a day. Going from $1 a day to $10 a day is going from the bottom billion to the upper half of the world's population from an income point of view. That is micro-investing. And I've been working on it together with a few other friends in Tanzania, Malawi, Zambia for the last 5 years. So to learn more, check out my TEDx. You find more on my LinkedIn profile. You can also go to Norwegian Church Aid, who is the NGO who's involved in this. And I hope that many more will get involved in making micro-investing available for poor people around the world.
Hi, I'm Joseph Noll from the Basic Internet Foundation. Our goal is to connect the unconnected and give everyone free access to information, which should be a human right.
We connect where nobody thinks that we are able to connect, in Cellular, in Isasi. Power our community connect. Please listen to Catherine.
Hey Joseph,
hi.
This is me with the team. This is Ben, the IT, and I'm Dr. Mkononi, the representative. We are here connecting the village of Kiparanganda. So yeah, behind us, I mean, is the antenna, I think. Yeah, it's very long, and but yeah, so far so good. The internet is very strong where we are, and yes, this is by the roadside. Yay, a very potential place. So yay. Basic internet, thank you for connecting one more village. Peace.
Hello, namaste to everyone.
This is Devan Bongiri, the founder of Srinath Seeds and Research Private Limited. Now, rice and the wheat are the main staple source of nourishment for the billions of peoples in India. India is the second largest producer of rice and wheat after China, indicating the role of both the crops in the food security of the nation. We are the agriculture seeds company with extensive research done with more than 600 plus varieties. We have researched in our research center, and we have received 14 patents with us so far, and many other patents are under second stage or third stage with the governments and the institutions. We have done a very good research in rice and wheat seeds, which can be compared with any of the biggest seeds company in the India. Pretty soon we are going to commercialize our seeds in the next Kharif season. Will be in the market, and will be targeting a market segment of farmers first, then the dealers, distributors, FPOs, NGOs, and provide them seeds at a very affordable rate. Our USP is the research varieties we have with us, and the second biggest thing which we are going to do is provide a free insurance to the farmers if our seeds don't germinate, which we are planning to do. And we are also planning to get a blockchain climate-based weather crop insurance to the farmers, in which the farmers can get insurance based upon the weather, such as floods and drought situation if they occur, and they don't need for the farmers to claim the settlements. It will be done automatically with the blockchain climate insurance. With the support of NGO and the government bodies, we can plan. We are planning to do a pilot project pretty soon, and we are also working on producing organic seeds and rice and wheat seeds, which can be available specifically for organic farmers, targeting the organic sectors. And together we can and we will change the seed sector of the farming. So we just need the support of all the investors, NGOs, and the government bodies, so we can form a very good future for the farming. Thank you very much.
Thank you all for watching this Innovation Challenge clipping. This is basically, we wanted to invite the youth and make them participate to provide the innovative ideas and to implement the sustainable development goals. Without their involvement and participation of the youth and other important and interested people, it is a great challenge for the entire nation and the world to execute the projects at a ground level. And now I request MC Pooja Malik to introduce the next speaker. Before doing that, I would like to just mention about Pooja and her profile. What is she? Pooja has been volunteering us for Lead India. She is from Delhi, India. She has an experience of 9 years in the field of education. She is passionate towards teaching and have dedicatedly worked towards the noble cause of helping the needy and providing them quality education from a tender age. She is a co-founder of Alan Rohtak, Haryana, and is presently working as the head in Department of English and Chemistry at Alan Rohtak. She also acts as a big support system by helping her father, Mr. Rajinder Singh Lamba, a successful businessman, who is also the executive council member of Lead India Liberty Foundation. And Pooja's husband, Amit Malik, he is also getting great support from Pooja Malik in the field of education. I now welcome Pooja to introduce the next speaker of our event, our session today. He is the chief guest, Dr. William Selvamurthy. He is the president of Amity University, India. Please go ahead,
Sure,
Pooja.
thank you so much. Dr. William Selvamurthy is presently working with Amity University as President of Amity Science, Technology and Innovation Foundation and Director General for Amity Directorate of Science and Innovation. He is a distinguished scientist and served as a Chief Controller Research and Development, Life Services, and International Cooperation at DRDO, Government of India. He is a postgraduate in Human Physiology and PhD from University of Delhi and Doctorate of Science from Swami Vivekananda Yoga Anusandhana Samsthana, Deemed University, Bangalore. Dr. William Silvamurthy has been awarded the Doctorate of Science in recognition of his eminent attainment in the field of science and his distinctive place in the science world by Fakir Mohan University, Balasore. He earned multiple honors and is spearheading the research and development activities for the health and well-being of the armed forces. Now, I would like to call upon Honorable Dr. Silvamurthy to deliver his address.
Thank you, Pooja.
Thank you, Ms. Pooja. Dr. Hari Appanapalli, the founder and chairman of the Lead India Foundation USA, Dr. Ram Maruri, the managing trustee of the Liberty Foundation of India, Professor Dr. R.C. Dubey, the Dean, Medical Science and Health, Gurukul Kangri Vishwavidyalaya in Haridwar, Sri Srinivas Alluri, founder and president, Vishwa Manavtha Samastha, Hyderabad, Mr. Arun Kumar, Dr. Swati Madan, and all the members who have joined us today on this beautiful evening in India and the East, and also beautiful morning in the western part of our world. This particular webinar today is being held on a very important day. See, today it's important for US because today we have a president-elect, the president we have, and also vice president from Indian-born, the origin, the professional who is going to lead together with the president in the US. And also it is important for US because a long democracy and a large democracy coming together, that's going to be a game changer for the whole globe, and we'll be creating a new world order. So it's a very important day for the whole globe. And it is also important that India is emerging as a knowledge superpower. And India is emerging as a new India with Atmanirbhar Bharat, which Honorable Prime Minister Shri Narendra Modi ji has promulgated. The Startup India, Stand Up India, it's very vibrant today. So the new India is going to create a new world order, which is seen by good health, peace, harmony, happiness for everyone. So that happy world will be created by New India. So that is why this seminar is very, very important, because Dr. Abdul Kalam, APJ Abdul Kalam, with whom I had the opportunity of working very closely for more than 2 decades. And I had also imbibed many of his philosophy and emulated some of his qualities. So I had the great opportunity of working with Dr. Kalam. So I'm so grateful that his mission is being now led by Lead India Foundation USA, the Liberty Foundation India, and now it's going to be a global foundation. So I'm so happy that his soul will be very happy to see that his mission of inclusive education, sustainable development, and also the accessible healthcare, which he was talking about. He was talking about enlightened citizens. He was talking about provision of urban amenities in rural areas, and also developed India. His vision all the time he was talking about was developed India. So I'm happy that today the Lead India Foundation is globally spreading his message and also creating a movement so that we will be able to take on his mission, which he has initiated through this foundation. And the COVID-19 has put us many challenges, unprecedented challenges for the Homo sapiens, the humanity. And it has also provided opportunities. So like we are able to connect with the whole globe today on the online platform, virtual meetings, conferences. And also it gave us an opportunity for introspection, because some of them in the lockdown situation, it gave us an opportunity to look at, are we in the right direction? Are we in the right path of our life and the evolution. So that gave us an opportunity. So COVID-19 produced a great opportunity. And one such opportunity is to look at holistic health. When you say holistic health, which is the theme today we are going to discuss, boosting immunity through holistic health. What do you mean by holistic health? Holistic health is physical, mental, and spiritual well-being is holistic health. So you need to be physically healthy, mentally healthy, and spiritually healthy. Because a human existence are in three planes. You exist in this body, the Sthula Sharir, and you exist at the mental plane, and you also exist at spiritual plane. Most of us believe that we are actually spiritual beings who have come to this world to seek human experience. Just think a while that you are Atma. If you think like this, Atma is powerful, blissful, pure. So it can cure, it can combat any disease. So you are powerful. Each one of you is powerful because you are Atma. So this is what is the learning of your true existence. So when we say about the holistic health, we need to nurture the physical plane, mental plane, and spiritual plane. If you have to be healthy, taking care of your immunity, taking care of your health, and boosting your immunity to combat COVID-19 or any challenge in life, that you need to look at the nourishment to all the three levels of human existence: physical, mental, and spiritual. How can we do that? The other important thing which we are talking about is immunity. Immunity is just not standalone entity. It is the whole part of the physiology. Every system influences, whether it's endocrine system or your autonomic nervous system or central nervous system, everything influences immunity. So immunity is an important, the denominator of your physiology. So immunity exists at two levels. One is the cell-mediated immunity. The other one is humoral immunity. Cell-mediated immunity, you have soldiers standing guard, like our soldiers standing guard on the borders. We have in our physiology the inherent immunity, cell-mediated immunity. You have T cells, you have CD4, CD8, NK cells, so many, the immune protecting cell. The body protects yourself from any invading pathogens, like soldiers protect us from invading the other human being across the border. So your body has got a natural immunity, cell-mediated immunity. You also have humoral immunity. That is like you send a missile to attack the target. You send a ammunition to attack from a distance. So similarly, you have gamma globulins, and also you have the humoral immunity, which mediated through the humoral system. So these are the two major components of immunity: the cell-mediated immunity and the humoral immunity. So how do we boost this? Through the holistic health. That is the whole the discussion today. Now, when you look at how do we nurture the physical dimension of our existence to keep boosting our immunity? The first is a balanced nutrition. So your diet. There is a Tamil proverb saying, "Marundana venda mandarku arundiyadu attu unin." That means you don't need medicine. You don't need medicine against COVID-19 or any other disorder, whether it is non-communicable or communicable, provided you eat the right food, and when it is digested, when you are hungry, you eat, and eat the balanced diet. You don't need medicine at all. This is what our Vedas, Upanishad, Bhagavad Gita, everything says. Your diet plays a very important role, the sattvic diet. And also the diet which is balanced with all nutrients, macronutrients, micronutrients. That is the first thing is diet. The second is your breathing, because the diet which you take has to be burned, oxidized to give the energy, ATP. So you need the right kind of oxygen availability at cellular level. So your breathing pattern is very important. That is why you need to have deep inhalation and also deep exhalation. So your proper ventilation to provide adequate oxygen to the system is the next important physical health, which is necessary for immunity. So you need good diet, you need good breathing to provide the energy to all the cells at the optimal level. So this is the first part is your breathing. That means your exercise, your muscles, joints, all this, also internal organs have to be exercised So the exercise, sedentary living leads to disease, reduction in immunity, but exercise improves your immunity. So that is why the next important component to nurture the physical dimension of your existence is keep yourself active. I'm now 71. I have never been admitted to hospital in the whole of my 71 years of life. Good lifestyle, good diet, good exercise, good yoga. I have been doing for 45 years. So it's not to boast, but then if you nurture your physical dimension in this proper way, then that gives the immunity. Then yoga. Yoga is a science. It's an ancient Indian wisdom which is proved to be beneficial to maintain good immunity, holistic health. Holistic health, because it works at all the three planes. So it nourishes physical by asanas, then pranayam, so all this physical dimension. Then it also nurtures your mental dimension, because their mind is always involved in your yogic practice. Whatever you do, there is a union between your mental process and physical process. So it nurtures the mental by giving the right philosophy of life and also keeping your balance in life. So it gives that. So yoga is prophylactic, promotive, and curative. I have done a considerable amount of research in this, looking at these three dimensions. So we have seen it improves immunity. If you practice yoga, the cell-mediated and humoral immunity goes up, and we have scientific evidence. I won't be dealing with it at great length, but we have done it by controlled experiments. Then we also have to keep the hygiene of your body. When you talk about how do we prevent diseases and keep the immunity at the optimal level, you need to keep your personal hygiene. That is why, in Indian culture, and maybe in other parts as well, when you come out, when you come from outside, first you clean all your leg outside itself. Before you get into the house, they used to keep the water. We clean our hands, face, leg, and then we leave the chapel there or shoes there, and then come inside so that you don't bring the pathogens inside. Personal hygiene is very important to keep the immunity and also protection. So personal hygiene, that's why masking, and now with this COVID situation, masking, social distancing, cleaning, and hand wash, all this, why it is said it is there in Indian culture. Only thing you need to have personal hygiene to maintain your house, because the Atma resides in this beautiful house. You have to keep your house clean where you live. So that is why it is very important to keep the personal hygiene. Then I would suggest some simple tips, because it's a general lecture. There are many people across the globe is seeing. The first thing is, in the morning, as soon as you brush, you just take hot water and then put salt and also put haldi, that is turmeric, the curcumin, turmeric, and then do the gargling with hot water, salt, as well as the haldi, that is turmeric, and gargle it and throw it out 3-4 times. You will see, because your entry point of COVID-19 or any pathogen is either through nose, nostrils, upper respiratory tract, or it is through oral, or through the hands coming through the eyes. So that is why we are putting all this, keep it clean, keep it clean. So when you do gargling, the mucus which is holding on to these pathogens gets thrown out. It is washed out. It's a kriya. It's a cleansing exercise you are doing by gargling in the morning as well as night. When you brush, do this. You will see that your throat remains clean, your speech remains beautiful, and also put the same water into your nostrils and then throw it out. You will also clean the upper respiratory tract. So oral, upper respiratory tract is clean. Then wash the face so that your eyes, everything. So this is hygiene. So physical nourishment is keeping your eyes clean. Then you should take diet, fruits, vegetables. Then there are immunomodulators, good immunomodulators like amla, sankpushpi, neem, tulsi, and ginger. Ginger is important. You always take, this water. What I am taking is hot water with ginger as well as haldi. This is what I keep drinking. And this gives you the immune boosting. Your immune system, soldiers are armed with great strength. So this is important. Chavanprash, dry fruits. So these, if you do, like for example, you can take badam and you take walnuts. So these are all will boost. Moringa leaves, giloy. There are many things in Indian systems which is good enough. If you use it as a food supplement, if you use it as a diet, you don't need any medicine. Now, coming to science of Ayurveda. Ayurveda is a science because it's just not only a myth or practice which has been there through 5,000 years ago when Indian wisdom thought about this health system. So it's a science, and we have the whole concept of Ayurveda. We have established Amity University. We have established Amity Institute of Indian Systems of Medicine, and Dr. Ashok Chauhan, the founder president, who has created this 11 universities in India, 17 campuses abroad, 175,000 students, 10,000 faculties. We are propagating Indian systems. We want our Amitians to be healthy. So this is what we practice. So we have established Amity Institute of Indian Systems of Medicine. Dr. Rajput was there now. Dr. Swati is here. So they will talk about, they are looking after this. Then we have also established in US, Amity Ayurveda Research Center, which is a very important initiative from Dr. Chauhan and Dr. Asim Chauhan, his son, the chancellor. So we have established particularly in US. Why? Because that science hub is US today. And then how do we create through this hub in our Long Islands of New York? We are connecting with various institutions across the globe, not only in US. So this is a very important initiative Dr. Ashok Chauhan has taken. And the Ministry of Ayush has promulgated, and actually Ministry of Ayush inaugurated this center. And Ministry of Ayush has promulgated norms. Even Honorable Prime Minister Shri Narendra Modi ji keep talking about it. If you practice those protocols, you will be healthy, and they have put, even including yoga. Then sleep is important. Your system requires sleep. In fact, my PhD thesis was on sleep at high altitude. So sleep, it has two components, REM and non-REM component. The non-REM component replenishes your body reserves, which you use it during the daytime wakeful state. And REM, rapid eye movement sleep component, which is 25%, and 75% is non-REM. So this 25% of non-REM cleanses your mind. All our unwanted thoughts, everything is removed. What you need to store is consolidated during REM sleep. And also your non-REM sleep is important because it replenishes glycogen reserves, ATP reserves, which gets depleted during daytime. So this sleep is important. Your immune system, if you are sleep deprived, I have shown in my research, soldiers, when they are deprived, their immune system goes down. Immune vulnerability to infection goes up. So this is shown that good quality sleep is important. Quality, it is not that how many hours you are lying down on the bed, but quality sleep replenishes your immune system as well. It strengthens the soldiers. And so sleep, good sleep is important. This is all about physical component. Now coming to mental component, stress. All the time we are worried about this, and we are worried about COVID-19, whether I'll get infected. I just started coughing, or somebody coughed. Am I getting infected? This worry and stress also can cause a reduction in immunity. So if you keep on worrying, then you will get it. Because there is a process known as psychoneuroimmunology. The psychological profile of you will affect the neural, sympathetic and sympathoadrenal system, and also the hormonal endocrine system like cortisol, which comes under stress, catecholamines, adrenaline, noradrenaline comes during the stress. All this will suppress the immune system. So stress will lead to suppression of immune system through psychoneuroimmunology. So we have done an experiment in breast cancer patient who are under high level of stress. Breast cancer patient, the breast is removed, and you are giving chemotherapy, radiotherapy. You see the stress level of that woman who has undergone this. And so we measured the perceived stress. Then we measured the sympathoadrenal axis by cortisol and sympathetic activity by heart rate variability spectrum. Then we measured the immune system, CD4, CD8, NK cell, that is natural killer cell, and also the PHA activity. Then we did a multivariate analysis, and also the coping strategies one adapts. We found a good correlation. The psychological stress influences your immune system. So I have published papers in this direction. So what I want to convey the messages through this experiment, stress influences your immune system. So if you have perceived stress, your immune system will go down. So relax, keep your mind cool. And that is the mental nourishment. Because what is stress management? Only 3 formula. Normalize your perception, optimize your reaction to stress, and also release the stress as early as possible. This is a simple slogan for stress management. Normalize your perception, optimize your reaction, release the stress. This is what yogic practice as well as all those exercise, everything does. So it keeps the balance, stability, so you don't perceive the stress. So your immune system is not influenced. We did another study on coronary artery disease with the Brahma Kumaris at Global Research Hospital at Mount Abu, where we gave this lifestyle intervention for coronary artery disease patients, where we measured immune system also. So what we found, when you give this Raja Yoga meditation, which gives, I'm told that Dr. Ram also practices it for the last 3 years, you give Raja Yoga for managing stress, low fat, high fiber diet with more vegetarian diet, sattvic diet with more of fibers, and low fat, high fiber diet, and regular walking, half an hour in the morning, half an hour in the evening. All parameters improved, including the coronary angiogram, which showed the plaques are removed. So first time in the world, this study which we took along with the Mount Abu Global Hospital Research Center indicated that lifestyle intervention can lead to decrease in the coronary artery disease. So why I'm telling is the stress is very important, which is a very high risk factor even for coronary artery disease and even for your immune system. So no worrying. And also now last part is spiritual. The last part I said physical, what you should do, how do you nourish, mental dimension, how do you nourish. Now spiritual existence, which is very, very important, the Atma, how do you nourish? That is where regular prayer, puja, spiritual activity, going to the religious places, whichever religion you believe in, whether it is mosque or a church or it is temple or gurudwara, but pray. That prayer, there are research to indicate that prayer is very powerful, which will boost your immune system, because your immunity, you once you know your true existence of Atma, then the Atma is powerful, and you connect during the prayer, you connect with that supreme power, the powerhouse. You are charging your Atma, which is a battery, which goes down during all this. So you are charging that battery by connecting through the prayer and the spiritual awakening. You are connecting with that powerhouse. So your battery gets charged, so your immune system is charged. So this is what is the spiritual nourishment. So charge your Atma. Now finally, a few words about what we do in Amity. I said that founder president Dr. Ashok Chauhan, he has also started a herbal garden, and which was inaugurated by health minister. So we focus on herbal research, Ayurveda research. We have established a Amity Ayurveda Research Center in New York, the Long Islands, 175 acres. We want to develop it as a research and innovation hub. We want to connect with all of you who are participating here. Lead India Foundation will play a very important role. So we will connect with you. So yoga and Ayurveda, we are giving a focus in that New York, our campus. So now finally, thank you very much for this opportunity to share some of my thoughts based on my research experience and my own experiential learning, which I have during this period. And stay safe, stay healthy, stay happy. Once again, compliments to the Lead India Foundation USA, the Liberty Foundation India, particularly Dr. Ram, who is the convener of this particular webinar. And Amity is very glad that we participated along with you as a co-sponsor, and also to participate actively to contribute. And we will certainly, your organization mission is very noble. I am sure we will all participate in a big way to carry on the mission of Dr. Kalam, as well as transforming India as a lighthouse which will not only show the physical, the economic power, military power, knowledge power, but it will also show the spiritual power, because that is going to be the winning factor. And Sarve Bhavantu Sukhinaha. We want to see the whole globe as one citizens, Vasudeva Kudumbakam. And we want to see everybody happy. So we want to create, Amity wants to create a happy and healthy world. That is why we give that education, holistic education to our students, whereby we are churning out the future global citizens who will participate in the transformation of India as a global superpower, as well as knowledge superpower. And also we will create that happy world. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Dr. Selvamurthy. Learned a lot from you today. Wonderful message and a lot of thought process and a lot of guidance you have provided. Wonderful. When the COVID permits, I would like to visit your New York campus, coordinate with Dr. Dubey, and I want to see the herbal garden as well. So I'm glad Dr. Dubey is very much into it. And sir, we look forward to seeing you, sir. So I will please connect us, share our numbers so that we can
we have Dr.
start
Savita,
to start with.
Yeah, we have Dr. Savita Mehta and also we have the Sita Raman. So these two are looking after this, and also Kevin, Mr. Kevin. So they will facilitate you. Whenever you want to go, you'd let us know. Because we want to make this as a research hub. So we need to connect with all of you, and you will play a very important role in this. Thank you so
Definitely. I look forward to it. And I'm living in a place called Livingston, New Jersey. Maybe an hour drive from...
Just 1 hour drive from your place to Long Island.
Exactly. So we will meet when this COVID can allow us to meet in safe conditions. Thank you so much, Dr. Selvamurthy. It's very enlightening to listen to you. A lot of information you have shared. Thank you so much. Please move on with the next program. Thank you.
Yeah. Pooja, please go with the next speaker, Dr. R.C. Dubey. He is the professor and assistant director of the Gurukula Kangril Vishwavidyalaya. Please.
Yes, sure, sir. Dr. R.C. Dubey is professor and head in the Department of Botany and Microbiology and the Dean, Faculty of Medical Sciences and Health and Dean Research, Gurukul Kangril Vishwavidyalaya, Haridwar. He earned his MSc and PhD degrees from the Banaras Hindu University, Varanasi. He has published more than 178 research and review papers in the national and international journals of repute. He has produced 25 PhDs and is supervising 8 research students on various aspects of microbiology. He has handled research projects sponsored by UGC and CSIR. Professor Dubey has been a member of research degree committees and board of studies of several universities. He has attended dozens of national and international seminars, presented research papers, and delivered lectures. He is the life member and fellow of the Indian Botanical Society, Indian Phytopathological Society, and the International Society for Conservation of Natural Resources. Professor Dubey has been appointed as the chairman, Institutional Animal Ethical Committee from 1916 to 2021 by the Ministry of Environment, Forest and Climate Change, Animal Welfare Division, Government of India. It is my pleasure to present to you Dr. R.C. Dubey.
Thank you, Pooja. Thank you. And we welcome the guest of honor of our webinar today, Dr. R.C. Dubey. Thank you.
Honorable Dr. Hari Ipanapalli, Chief Guest and Founder Chairman, Dr. Ram Maruri, who is the host and managing trustee, Mr. T. Arun Kumar, Dr. William Selvamurthy, Mr. Srinivas Aluri, Dr. Swati Madan, Dr. Pooja Malik, and all the participants, my dear friends. At this outset, I extend my heartfelt thanks to the Lead India Liberty Foundation and Lead India Foundation and Amity University, especially Dr. Selvamurthy, for inviting me to deliver a keynote before the participants. Lead India Foundation is a visionary society to inculcate among the youngsters a new vision of India of Dr. APJ Abdul Kalam, that is Vision 2020. But today's pandemic of COVID-19 has forced the whole globe to think over enhancing the immunity. Each and every country is engaged in searching out a vaccine that can enhance the immunity, but no success has been achieved so far. I must ask a question. Where is the immunity? You know that immunity is within us. As Dr. Selvamurthy told, that the immunity, the immunomodulatory property, everything is within our body. He has made this job to me very easy. I would like to explain some in other ways. How ridiculous situation is. Indians have the maximum level of immunity. That is why in India, recovery rate of corona infection is over 92%. One must think, why do we need immunity? What does immunity do in our body? What is the relation between immunity and health? What are the indicators of good health? The Indian philosophy believes Sarve bhavanti sukhina, sarve santu niramaya. As Dr. Selva-Murthy told, may all be happy, may all be free from any disease. There are two types of diseases, physiological diseases and microbial diseases. And third one is the genetical diseases, that is inherent one. So in this concept, there is a global health. Our rishis has wished the global health of all the individuals. That's why they are told Sarve Bhavanti Sukhina. When you will have naturally trigger immunity, you will not fall ill. Today, I want to recall your memory that a great Indian says, Maharshi Charak described about health about 800 BC. I quote, Samadosah Samagnischa Samadhatu Malakriya Prasanna Atmendriya Yamana Swastham iti madhiyate. It means person with all equal, means dosh. There are three dosh, Vat, Pit and Kaph. And equal digestive fire. There are 13 fires. All body tissues and its components. Equal dhatu. There are sapt dhatus, 7 dhatus. Equal function of body organs. Pleasantly excreted and extended mind and spirits are said to be the health. Such person who are having this quality, they can be told as healthy. Dr. Selva-Murthy told here, he reminded, there is a relation between Atma, the mind, and the Paramatma. It is very true that we have to develop a coherence, equality between mind, sense, and spirit. What does mind do? Mind is master of whole body organ. It is the controller, but neurons, neurotransmitters are present here. As you will think, accordingly, the neurotransmitter will work. I will quote an example. In Kurukshetra, there was a battle, and Arjun told Sri Krishna that I will not fight because all they are relatives. He went into depression, avshad. Then Lord Krishna induced him. Lord Krishna gave him mental stimulation, and this same person told that Karishye Bachanam Tava. Earlier he was saying, I will not fight because they are relative. But at the end, he told, Nasto Moham Smrit Labdhva Tat Prashadan Maya Chutah Sthitosmi Gata Sandeha Karishye Bachanam Tava. I will do what you have said. Means he prepared to fight.
Dr. Dubey, please unmute the mic. Your mic is accidentally muted. Please unmute.
Sir. Okay. Thank you. According to World Health Organization, health is a state of completely physical, mental, and social well-being, and not merely the absence of a disease or infirmity. But health issues have always been a matter of discussion and attention since the Vedic period. Here I want to let you know, I have written one textbook that is Vedic Microbiology. I extracted several slokas and hymns from Vedas and given in the form of a book with scientific explanation. So in this way, our university, Gurukul Kangadi University, philosophy of which is based on ancient philosophy and Veda, is doing excellent work in this direction. Now, second example which I want to give, our body is growing. Since the birth of a child, body grows. And during the course of time, it is the nutrients, it is nurturing system that help a lot to grow the body, to grow the mind, to grow the physics. But in some way, it has been told, our ancient rishis and sages developed the ways of living a long life by maintaining a good health. They focus the attention of using pure form of edibles and pure form of drinkables. I quote, Pavana minyo adhyati sambhrata risam tasmai saraswati duhe chiram sarpi madhudukam. They have mentioned 4 different names. Kheer means milk, pure form of milk is a complete food. It must be available to each and every individual, and each and every individual take milk every day. Sarpi means the ghee. Then madhu means the honey, and udak means water. All the 4 ingredients, if a person is taking throughout the life, he or she will be happy and they will lead the healthy life. In Srimad Bhagavad Gita, as Dr. Selva Murthy told, that one should take balanced diet. In Bhagavad Gita also, it has been mentioned, Yukta Ahara Biharasya. Yukta Ahar means balanced diet. Yukta Bihar, daily walking, daily physical exercise. Yukta Chestas, you should not develop ill feeling even in the dream. Yukta Swapnava Bodhasya, Yoga Bhavati Dukkha. A person who performs like this, he or she will not be unhappy. They will lead a very good life. You know that milk is complete food, and ghee is essential, it is a fat, and the shahad or honey is also a complete food. It has lactobacilli. Several microorganisms are present, and these microorganisms behave as a probiotic. Nowadays, microorganism based probiotics are available in the market. So that is found in honey, and pure water is must. So I suggest pure water to drink, or Ganga water. Ganga water is having very miraculous property. If anybody is suffering from digestive disorder, if he or she drinks 5 liters of water, within 3 days, the intestinal problem will be rectified. I have produced 1 PhD student only on this direction using the albino rat as a model. Now, enhancing immunity, we can boost by adapting the balance, physical and mental health. What are those? Vegetarian food. One must take vegetarian food that boosts immunity. Animal life is possible because of the plant life. Annat bhavanti bhutani parjanyat anna sambhava. Srimad Bhagavad Gita says, the life of all the animals are possible only because of plant. No animal can live alive without the plant. So plants are first and foremost. So one must lead the vegetarian food. Hence, we must discourage eating junk food, fast food that lowers our immunity. One must perform daily yajna. Daily agnihotra must be performed, because daily yajna performance, what it happens? It purifies the environment. It kills the surrounding microorganisms. It improves the mental health, because through fumigation, a lot of chemicals enters in our system through the nose, through the respiratory system, that boost the level of mental stress neurotransmitters. So mental health will be very good, and improve the immunity, eliminates the host problem. If anybody is having host problem in their home, that can also be eliminated, if provided you are using Google in the Havan Samagri, in the ablation material. And then yoga therapy. Nowadays, yoga has become as a therapeutic model. So yoga therapy helps in maintaining the physical, mental as well as spiritual health. There are different type of asanas. In Maharshi Patanjali has said Ashtanga Yoga. So I am not going to go in detail, because most of you might have heard about the yoga. Uh, Dr. Ram is expert in Raj Yoga. Dr. Selvamurthy also told about the yoga. So yoga, I will suggest to perform two types. One in the asana, one asana that is physical exercise. There are so many asanas like Uttanasana, Uttan Padasana, Halasan, Sarvangasana, Sukhasan, Matsyasan, and Salabhasana, as well as pranayam. In pranayam, one can perform Kapalbhati pranayam and Bhastrika pranayam. By doing this, the level of oxygen will be insufficient amount to the brain. When there will be the balance amount of supply of oxygen in the brain, then everything will be functioning good. Now, natural remedy. Dr. Saruna Murthy had told about taking the immunoboosters. So in daily life, it is good to know that all the Indians, they are using spices in their home. But in spite of that, there are a large number of plants. Himalaya is a rich reservoir of all medicines that are present here. Even in South India, in other part of the country, there is a forest. There are the grassland. There are different type of herbs, and those herbs have different type of property. Those herbs must be utilized to boost the immune system. Some of them are gingers, fenugreek, the garlic, clove, the black cumin, cinnamon, the saffron, neem, turmeric, licorice, guggul, camphor. So all these must be used daily, and complete presence of all the complete food ingredients or natural remedies are in Chyawanprash. My dear friend, keep in mind, Chyawanprash has also become adulterated, because the cost of production of 1 kg Chyawanprash goes to more than 5,000, but it is available in the market even in 500 rupees. How do you expect that the companies are using 100% pure? So some of the ingredients you can prepare at your home, as Dr. Selvamurthy advised, by using some of the natural remedies and following the brahmacharyasam. Brahmacharya, performing brahmacharya or celibatism also lead healthy life due to conservation of vitality. The psalm of life is to have a good mental health. One must keep the psychology and moral high. In such situation, secretion of dopamine, a neurotransmitter from neurons, takes place that keep in good mental condition. But if the same person is in mental stress, that leads to secretion of serotonin that causes a depression. Therefore, the art of living happy must be taught to everyone, every youngster and all the persons. I am happy to announce that we have started the training course of production of herbal products to our students as a certificate course in our department. And they can understand the role of herbal drug that boost immunity. Now, in this corona situation, our department has distributed 500 liter of a laboratory-based hand sanitizer to whole of the university, and our university has distributed 5,000 masks to the persons who are in need. As all of you agree, and it is the slogan of Dr. Ram that harmony goes from home to the world. So one must maintain harmony, maintain good environment in the home. It has been mentioned in Vedas, Anubrata Pita Putro Mata Bhavati Sammana Jaya Pattay Madmatim Vacham Batit Bhadraya. One must maintain in harmony in the home by speaking in a very sweet way. Anubrata Pita Putro, the father must respect the sense the emotions of the son, and son must obey the father. The mother also respect the whole family members. Whole family members must keep attention on the mother. The wife must speak sweetly to the husband, and husband also must respect the voice of the wife. In this way, the environment of the whole family will be very healthy, will be very sweet, and this will generate a new message to the society. So thank you so much for giving opportunity to me to express my ideas.
Thank you, Dr. Thank you very much, Dr. R.C. Dubey. It's a wonderful insight given by you, and I request now our MC Pavitra to introduce the keynote speaker of the day, Mr. Srinivasa Alluri. He is the founder and president of Vishwa Manavata Samstha. He has worked in UK, London for about 13 plus years, and he moved to India for the good of the welfare of the country and the world. His vision is much bigger than maybe a par with all of us. And he has cycled all over the world in 18 countries, and from London to New Delhi, about 11,000 miles, and then in India and across other countries of the world. I now request Pavitra to go over and introduce our keynote speaker of the day today.
Yes, sir. Srinivasa Alluri, also known as Srini, is the founder and president of a global charity, Manavata, registered in India, United Kingdom, and United States, and accorded a special consultative status by United Nations, and founder of a global IT company, Sandata Technologies. Srini is a passionate social reformer, humanitarian, entrepreneur, and a cyclist. He cycled over 30,000 kilometers in over 18 countries, spreading his message. Srini is a yogi, an entrepreneur, IT professional, architect, a nature farmer who won Limca Book of Records for his London to New Delhi cycling. He has dedicated his life for the cause of humanity and a mission to create a healthy, happy, harmonious world. He also established orphanages, rural health centers, and helping blind and disabled children. He also established universities for humanity, Million Tree Program, and sustainable agricultural projects, and trained more than 1,200,000 students, over 600 farmers, and conducted thousands of workshops on healthy living, personality development programs, and yoga. He has been successfully running a number of humanitarian projects such as orphanages and rural health centers for poor. The initial goal is to make 500 villages self-sustainable by 2030, and then help it continue for many future generations to follow. Srini has spent the last 10 months in India to motivate the farmers and teachers, natural farming projects in UFH, and has inspired many farmers. He maintains a simple and disciplined lifestyle and dedicated his entire personal life towards realizing his mission, inspired by Swami Vivekananda, Mahatma Gandhi, Ramana Maharshi, Buddha, Adi Shankaracharya, and Abdul Kalam. I now take the pleasure to invite Sri Srinivasa Alluri to give keynote address.
Namaste. Thank you. Thank you, Pavitra, and thank you, Ram Garu. And distinguished delegates and excellencies, dear sisters and brothers, namaskar, and thank you for inviting me for today's session. And Dr. Hari Garu with his vision, and Lead India Foundation, and Ram Garu for making this vision taking forward with the collaborative approach. It's really very important for current situations, so collaborating all of us, connecting all of us together It's a great forum. I'm very pleased and honored to be with you all today. It's a great forum here. The great ideal people and wonderful personalities in this forum. I'm very pleased to be in this today's conference. I've been listening to all of you, especially the messages our chief guest of the day has presented, Salamurthy, and then Dr. Dubey, R.C. Dubey, and other key speakers on this forum. It's really great ideas, and the similar goal, taking the holistic health to the grassroots level. I've been working with villages through holistic healthcare system. In the past 30 years, I've been working with the poorest of the poor and helping the needy who are suffering with the health problems. And during my journey of the service, I learned a lot. Particularly when we talk about the health, it is really important for all of us to understand the key core concept of the health, what we all have in India as our Indian Vedic healthcare system or Ayurvedic system has two basic aims. The first, to preserve the health of the healthy people and to help them attain the four principal aims of life, which is called as a dharma, artha, kama, moksha. We all aware of virtue, purpose, or wealth, pleasure, and liberation from the cycles of the rebirth. So, the second objective is to treat illness and the diseases. So, with this concept of once, if human being, if you are able to communicate this message across, empower this with this education at the grassroots level, people will know the base for the healthy living, base for the immunity, base for the healthy lifestyle without any medication, which you all rightly mentioned. So in this concept, the universal principle is basically the human life has a great purpose. The first of all the human beings must be clear about the vision of the greatness of the human life and the purpose of the life, why we are living, why we have born, what is the purpose of this body. Then it will lead into a peaceful and oneness connect, that a Vasudhaika Kutumbakam. So that is how the concept of Ayurveda healthcare system, and we call it as the Indian healthcare system, has this goal. But the goals of the treatment aid the person by eliminating impurities and reducing the symptoms, increase the resistance to the disease. So reduce the worry and increase the harmony in life. But this is a way of treatment. The holistic healthcare, the principle is very, very simple and natural. It gives the healthy life by balancing 5 elements, which is called Panchabhutas and 3 doshas. So, and at the same time, the characteristics of the human being, sattva, rajas, tamo gunas, the gunas. So all this basically provided as part of the holistic healthcare, as a part of the Indian education earlier. But unfortunately, for past 60 years, we have missed our track with the modern education system. Because of that, we lost the path. and the people have completely ignorant about. We're really surprised to see the people how have completely ignored the basic concept of the healthy life. So mainly the diet and the principles of the exercise and basic thing, very basic science, the health science, the oxygen, the giving the oxygen and what necessary water, necessary exercise. All this is one of the most important things people have missed. That realization, the past the few months of the lockdown, Manavata has been working with the grassroots level. Of course, we have provided the training to the AP Police, Telangana Police for the Yoga for Immunity, and we have been conducting sessions, almost 800 sessions been conducted across the globe through these. Through this, we could help many COVID impacted patients, and we also could prevent these issues. But definitely it helped us to learn more about how the people are missing the path and able to educate many people on the holistic health care. Then in this process, we understood it is very important to build the volunteers, on the holistic healthcare sector, which is basically we've been training the youth from the different villages on the holistic healthcare with a 1 month simple course. So that includes all these Ayurvedic principles and also basically the direction and the yoga for immunity, the basic Ayurvedic remedies, of course the kashams and all the basic food as a medicine, how to eat healthy food, because it is even including the grassroots, the very remote villages also impacted by these factory foods and the poisonous and toxic foods which are completely adulterated. And people have been using sugar and all the toxic foods, that including the cold drinks and all these foods, even into the villages it went in, which is very unfortunate. But to combat from the current situation, to educate people, to get rid of those addictions. But the most important thing what we have to remember is talking theory is easy, but the people are unable to leave those habits, especially changing the food, changing those addicted, even food, the people are addicted to the foods like the sugary foods and junk foods, etc. And educating them and motivating towards the healthy life and healthy food, it is very difficult. At the same time, how to make the people produce the healthy food. That is another important aspect of it. So these are all must be trained to the grassroots level. Like people, every house must have this holistic healthcare things like how to produce their own natural food without any medicines, without any chemicals like pesticides, etc. And then for that, we have established the University for Humanity, how to practice non-violence during producing your food with the natural farming techniques. So with the natural farming and also the growing the food naturally, we have been trying to train the people through these things. That in this, what personal experience during this journey I learned, this is really important for people to take the leadership, the charities or organizations, universities, and collaboratively make the efforts to make this a bigger change, because no governments, no healthcare systems are providing this kind of a system. So healthcare system is really completely messed up. So even the people are losing the life because of the just missing the path of the treatment. For example, giving the basic sunlight and oxygen, the fresh oxygen, they're missing the path. So in the holistic healthcare, what we have seen is basically we can definitely avoid ICU and these corporate hospital businesses, and make people empower with the holistic healthcare techniques, so that they don't need to visit any hospitals, and that is more sustainable income. Basically, they don't need, because people are losing the health and unable to bear their expenses. And the poor people, because I'm working with the many poor families and poor people, and they're unable to afford the cost of the medicines and the cost of the treatments. And when we have come up with the affordable medicine and affordable treatment and taking to the people through the Sanchara Vaidya, which is basically taking with a mobile and with all these affordable medicines, like just simple Ayurvedic and yoga training, yoga therapy techniques, and educating the people, and also the diet. So through one-to-one education and also giving the homeopathic medicine, all this is helping. So with this concept, we also must make sure every village has got this kind of a system, because we have like ASHA workers, ANMs, and different kind of a mechanism the government is working with. But in at least to start with, in India, we must change this culture of just giving the antibiotics and the painkillers. The people are facing the problem with the misuse and overuse of these medicines, English medicines, and they are literally getting into the side effects. So we must save our people by changing our healthcare system. That happens only through empowering through the healthcare. This is holistic healthcare trainings, and then building more resources through this. But it is not just a formal education, but it is more of inspiration, building the real humanity. That is why I called it as a humanity. The organization itself is a Manavata. So that is why we wanted to say the Manavata vision is to see every human being living with humanity and make everyone healthy, happy, and harmonious, the 3H. So that is the vision we all wanted to. But for that, there is no shortcut. I wanted to create that inspiration in every person, every individual, just by that. There is no other way. So I've been cycling. That is only the way I could see, inspire people towards, yes, selfless cause, and inspire people towards the helping others and towards realizing the purpose of life. So that purpose definitely makes people think about, no, it is not just for enjoyment. This is not for the sensory pleasures. Let me change my attitude. Let me change my lifestyle. That is how the people need to start thinking about. At least the modern and the upcoming youth must get this self-control, the Indriya Nigraha Shakti, Mano Nigraha Shakti, and make real leaders with the yogic principles like Brahmacharya, Satya, Ahimsa, Asteya, Aparigraha, and Brahmacharya, the basic Yamaniyamas, we must get into the real youth. So that is only the thing which can empower our society, or build the real leaders. We have seen the great leaders, like how these basic fundamental principles made great leaders like Modi ji, and also our great inspiration, Abdul Kalam ji, who has strictly followed these principles and became such an inspirational leadership. So we need such leaders in village to village. And if you wanted to realize Abdul Kalam ji's vision, and Mahatma Gandhi's vision, the self-sustainability of every village, we must make this holistic healthcare system in every village and educate people. So for that, we have been trying in different ways and started building these resources for different villages. Yes, now it is a time for all of us to work together and make a bigger impact, and to take this to the international level, and take this to the the entire nation, adopt this from the organizations, universities, and villages. Governments must change. So this change can be done with the teamwork and the collaboration. And I really appreciate the forum, the Lead India, MT University. It's all great vision working together. I really feel very pleased to be with you all forum today, and I'm sure today's meeting can make all of us to think and make a plan for the next steps for the holistic healthcare to take into the in a bigger scale. At least by end of the year, we can make train some of the village students, maybe thousands, and then when next year we can make it in much more bigger scale. So that's how I think we can make this holistic healthcare. But of course, the ideas, whatever we all have talked about here in this forum about the immunity boosting ideas for holistic healthcare, about the immunity boosting foods, the fresh foods, and the yogic exercises and breathing exercises. Apart from that, we also need to make sure that this this knowledge is spread across. That is why I emphasize on adopting this holistic healthcare resource building, by this forum. And I thank you, really thank you for taking this initiative. And as you know, the holistic healthcare is simply stating, as WHO also confirms, the health is a state of complete physical, mental, social, and spiritual well-being, and not merely the absence of disease. So we must all agree with the holistic healthcare. That means the spiritual aspect of the health is most important. When a person is spiritually healthy, then the rest of the physical, mental, and social health automatically will be there. The society will be more peaceful, happy. So we must continue.
Some time for discussion as well. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Thanks for giving.
Thank you.
And
thank you,
namaskar.
Srini. Thank you very much, Srini, for a great insight. And also, Srini has a 60-acre campus in Hyderabad, close to Bengaluru and Hyderabad, in between a highway, over the highway. And he has been building Manavata University. And he invites all the interested to take some very good trainings there. And he also is inviting, going forward, the next activities for the workshops and other immunity boosting activities. He is not just a talker, he walks the talk, whatever he talks, right? So that is a kind of personality he is, and we are great to have you here, Srini. Thank you very much. And before we open the session for any question answers, I would like to play a short video clipping of Dr. Kalam's, APJ Abdul Kalam's life, and his clipping will give us some great insight. What is he? Everyone knows, but I would like to play one more time the video clipping. Thank you.
Himself available to attend this session. And also one more gentleman I would like to mention here, His Highness Prince Jagadish Dhaneti, the Royal Prince of King Kalinga Dynasty. and founder of Mission Kalam and Pink Jaguars Entertainment, for coming up with this Hollywood biopic of Dr. APJ Abdul Kalam, the immortal president. Let's all support and promote the movie around the world. Before we get started, I would like to honor Dr. APJ Abdul Kalam through this video that our
I'm sorry, some small issue here. I would share again the video. I'm sorry for that. Actually, we have all the world record videos available on the website. One can go here and see that.
Sir, introduce another speaker while you are figuring out that, sir.
Yeah, I'm good. Sorry. I think now we are. Thank you all. Now I stop the share and the forum is now open for question answers. And all the audience, you may now unmute yourself and ask if you have any questions to the speakers on the boosting of immunity and holistic healthcare. You can unmute yourself and ask the questions. If you can't ask by unmuting yourself, you can also leave a message in the chat. We can go ahead and answer your questions. Anyone has any questions? This is basically, the interactive session we are interested to have, and it's a great opportunity. You can ask questions, and that if you ask one question, it is useful to the, whoever is participating today.
In the meantime, let me just.
Thank you, sir. Just.
Yes, Rajput, go ahead.
Yeah. Thank you. I just firstly want to congratulate Lead India Foundation for wonderful initiative. So as our honorable speakers.
Looks like some network issue. Anybody else have any other questions? Please go ahead. Sir, please suggest.
Yeah, thank you so much. And first of all, I would like to say a very important change which is happening in India is the national education policy. This is actually looking at holistic development. If you really see in this, we not only want to transform India as a knowledge hub, where every part, like the earlier Nalanda, Dakshashila University, all those holistic development, Gurukul, all this which existed for the holistic development of human being is now being brought back. So in which this holistic education, healthcare, everything forms a part. And the sustainable development goals, the Honorable Prime Minister Shri Narendra Modi ji has brought this new revolutionary national education policy. All of us have to contribute to implement this. Amity University, yesterday we completed 2 days deliberations on this national education policy, where HRD Minister himself was there, and 60 vice chancellors from different universities were there. And why I'm telling in this particular forum, we need to implement this. That will transform this future global citizens, which I said, that where Amity would like to play a very important role with the knowledge, including spiritual knowledge, skills, including soft skills and behavior, values, and also resilience to face challenges like COVID-19 situation. This is what we do, and that's why we organized this national education policy implementation yesterday. And I would like to tell the viewers, and yesterday we also signed an MOU with this very Gurukul Kangri Vishwa Vidyalaya, where Dr. Dubey belongs to. And here we want to propagate the message of education, holistic education, which includes also the spiritual dimension of education, traditional knowledge. This is what is national education policy.
Thank you, sir. Thank you for a wonderful remarks you have given, and also what Amity University has been serving and coming up with a great vision. And congratulations to Amity and Mr. Dr. R.C. Dubey, sir, and for a wonderful, and we hope and we wish all the best to your journey coming forward. So I think
my name is Sharma from Hyderabad. R.A. Sharma from Hyderabad.
Sir, please, go ahead.
I compliment you for excellent the program you have organized. We wish whether it is possible to get these lecture notes through video or audio or this whatever it may be. And I feel, sir, communication should go more to the people. You have done a wonderful work, but communication, I feel you must have done your best. But still communication, as Sinu said, to the root level people should go so that maximum people can participate. See, at the 11th hour, I came to know through Srinivas, and it is wonderful work you have done. I have hundreds groups wherein I can percolate this system, your program. So I wish if some communication is given, and your communication, I mean your email ID and things like that is given here, we will be able to contribute a lot.
Thank you, Arya Sharma ji. Thank you very much for a wonderful thought. And we are already live on the YouTube. Probably you can go to the chat. I have just posted there again one more time. We have a YouTube channel, and yeah. So in the Zoom chat, you have the link for the YouTube that is now live, and even after the session, one can go and watch this video recorded there.
There is
Dr.
a
Ram,
there is one
Dr. Ram,
question.
R.C. Dubey, one student has put a question to me. She tells that nowadays through electronic media, everywhere in the country, in India, also in my university, also other university, also by using electronic media, students are taught. So they are in mental stress nowadays. She want to know how this mental stress can be removed. My submission is that certainly this device is uh, giving mental stress to the students, to the teachers also. One has to work more and more. After when the student become free from the this Zoom based or Google Meet based lectures, they must perform yogi practice, and that is the meditation. If one is performing meditation, the pranayam, Brahmani pranayam or Kapal Bhanti, certainly mental stress will be removed, and physically one should start walking every day, and by walking the physical strength, physical happiness, and the mental stress can be removed. We know that a profound mind lives in the sound brain, it's sound health, sound physic, and sound physic depend upon the sound mind. So there is a need to develop a coherence, make a balance between sound mind and sound physic, sound body. So keeping this view, I suggest such students who nowadays are under mental stress, they must perform such type of practices, not more than 20 minutes. Within 20 minutes, their body will be discharged. As Dr. Salvamutri told, that there is a need of discharging of the soul through the radiant energy, through the photons particle, through the energies coming from the atmosphere, coming from the Brahma, coming from that whole Almighty. So if anybody is doing like this, becoming happy, keeping their mental stress very high, there would be no any physical or mental problem. So thank you, my dear student, who put question to me, and I think that you will be satisfied.
Let me, Dr. Dubey, Dr. Ram, with your permission, let me just supplement a little more on this. Dr. Dubey's very well said reply. Little bit. See, normally the social media, in addition to your screens, just to look at your classes or online courses and other fruitful activities, most of us spend more time on the social media, Facebook, Instagram. So that's all right to some extent. But then one gets addicted to these type of devices, which is all the time looking at Facebook and immediately texting. This you are also not fruitfully spending your time. Every moment in one's life is important. So you should not become an activist in the social media, but certainly you should use the social media for the fruitful purposes with purpose and the right purpose. And as he rightly said, you charge yourself, your eyes, your joints, everything. You know, if you are sitting for some time, just do a little bit of exercise, do some deep breathing. He said Brahmari is very important. And also you can do some eye exercise, eye movement exercise, and you can do some body flexibility exercise. So all this you can do and recharge yourself, and you can still be active, fruitful, and happy. Thank you.
Second question has been asked to me by a student. A student has asked second question that the frozen food like frozen dal, vegetable, etc. are safe to eat and side effect. So you want to know, being as a microbiologist, I say that frozen fruit, frozen dal, frozen not be eaten. One should avoid to not to take frozen things, because if you are mishandling, not maintaining your house properly, and lot of microorganisms, there is no ventilation, proper ventilation, lot of microbes persist in the house, in the fridge also, and there is a more chance of bacilli, and bacilli are the spore farmers that can remain alive below 2 degrees Celsius also. So if person is taking the frozen fruit, frozen dal or anything kept in a fridge, there would be chance of gastric and food poisoning. So being as a microbiologist, I suggest that one must discourage all these things. What you are taking, whatever you are eating, you must eat fresh, and that fresh will increase your immunity. If you have put everything after preparing in the fridge, there would be change in metabolite. The micromolecules, the enzymes, the proteins may undergo certain changes. So these are some of the precautions that must be taken by the student, by those persons who do not know about the microbiology or microorganisms. They are our friend, they are our foes. Foes, because this coronavirus also comes under microbiology, and the whole world is facing from this problem. So in this way, there are other microbes like bacteria, like actinomycetes, like fungi. Depending upon condition, depending upon season, they propagate a low temperature and where there would be maximum moisture. Thank you.
My name is Sharma from India. Dubeji, my name is Sharma from Hyderabad, India. Can I speak? Hello.
Mr. Sharma, if you can adjust your camera, we can able to see you. We are not able to see you right now. Yeah. Please go ahead, sir. Please go ahead quickly. You can ask whatever you wanted to ask.
Talking on immunity, we were talking on immunity. I am a member of Sri Ramchandra Mission, where we do meditation based on yogic transmission. So for the last 30 years, I am practicing Sahaj Marg meditation, heartfulness. And in the month of March, when Corona problem started in India, then my Ministry of Ayush suggested few tips. And in that, one of them was meditation, which says it increases 5 times the immunity. And then Ministry of Ayush and Swami Ramdev, they suggested, he said, if you do pranayam, dhyan, and you take 4 medicines recommended by Ministry of Ayush, you will kill Corona. Corona cannot kill you. So, sir, I am 76 years old person. I am an example where I do 2 hours meditation of Sri Ramchandra Mission and 1 hour pranayam and asana. I am MSc Yoga, and then at the same time, to be more sure, I take 4 medicines of Ministry of Ayush and Swami Ramdev. Sir, I feel very, very fit, and people have been telling, sir, you are 76 years old person and you should take care of your health. You should be in the house. You should not go to work. I still work 18 hours a day. So, sir, for immunity, I suggest meditation is the biggest tool, then pranayam and asana, and of course, over and above, we should take the Ministry of Ayush recommended, and they have said some medicines are very, very powerful, like Gilo, In India, we call it national animal is lion, national bird is the peacock. Similarly, national medicine is Gilo, which is very, very powerful. Sir, these are my own experiences, which I would like to share with your channel, and I'm grateful to you and compliment you for conducting such excellent program. Only you kindly keep me also in the loop. I will put my names, etc. in the chat box. Thank you, sir.
Sharmaji, you are a living example. You're not only 76 years, you are going to live for 100 years. Like
Yes,
this.
sir.
Be healthy and continue to practice meditation and be healthy for 100 years.
Thank you, sir.
Thank
You
you.
are also South
There
India.
is one more question from Miss Ayushi. She would like to know that, she gets angry sometimes. How do we control anger? Anger, and also while studying, also the focus is not there. So that's the question. By yoga or any other method can be handled this situation. Ayushi, you can handle. See, the first thing is, why do you get anger? Anger is an expression of frustration. No, anger in, anger out, and anger control. In anger, there are 3 dimensions. You can show anger out. You can just spit out and then talk to people, throw up the anger outside. Sometimes you show the anger inside. Oh, that's frustration. No, anger inside. But the best is anger control. So how do we do that? To ask you first is angriness, or you have said angriness, anger. So the anger is, you expect something. Always when the expectation doesn't happen, then you get angry. You get angry and you don't want the responsibility to yourself, but you find the responsibility outside. Actually, whatever happens to you, you are responsible. So if you want that responsibility and accept people, accept situations as they are, because they have all come with janmas of vasanas, janmas of sanskars. So everybody is unique. Accept them as they are. And every situation, it happens. Some you can control, some you may not control. So whatever happens outside, if you say that I am responsible to whatever happened, and success, failures, you are responsible. It's not anybody else from outside. If you do that, no anger will be there. You will never find, because you can't be angry with yourself sometimes. And so the first thing is accept. Acceptance is very important. The other one is expectation. Yes, you have to do everything like karma. Bhagavad Gita says, do your karma without hankering for the fruits. So if you do with a karmic attitude, you will never be, get angry even if there's a failure or what you expect doesn't happen. So expectation, instead of expectation, make it acceptance. So this is the one to control anger. The other one is to focus on the study. See, why do you get the lose the focus? Because distractions. Like Arjuna, when he had to shoot that, he was only looking at the eye of the fish, nothing else. Nothing disturbed that person. So you need to have the focus. The focus will come when you filter out all the unwanted noise. Brain gets a lot of noise, auditory, visual, somatosensory input going to the brain. So brain is in turbulence. So when you do yoga, meditation, it slows down. It brings silences. There is a structure in the brain known as ascending reticular activating system, which is in the brainstem, which can act like a filter, which will allow only the signal what you want to send in. So when you do practice of meditation, yoga, it strengthens this filter. So when you do the job, when you do a study, you will be a total focus will be there, because that is yogic and meditative effect on your control of your mind, that you will be able to filter. Just close all the noises. So signal will come, signal to noise ratio you talk about. So that is why in your study, learn to increase the filter. Close the filter for noise, keep only your studies input going, and so you can succeed. Meditation, yoga will certainly help in this focus. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Dr. Selvamurthy. And yeah, there are really interesting questions from you all. Wonderful questions. Please go ahead. And
Sir,
I see one more.
Anger 2 points, can I add?
Sir, please allow us a few more minutes. After that, you may ask the questions, because yeah, few other thoughts we are discussing. Srini is going to, yeah, Srini from Manavata. He is going to share some step-by-step approach on how we are going to, how we can, you know. I'm sorry, I muted others who are actually making sound. Srini is going to give some step-by-step approach for the training. The whole idea of having these immunity boosting sessions to empower the youth who are willing to come forward, take the training, and also train the other fellow villagers or fellow classmates in their network on this holistic healthcare and to boost their immunity. So I request Srini to throw some light on that, please.
Thank you, Ram. So we for current situation, what we've been doing online training for this holistic healthcare. For identified, the very first step is to identify the interested group of people from different villages, and currently taking 2 volunteers in every village and training them. And this is helping actually to gain their holistic health for themselves, and they are happy that they could focus and gain, get rid of the unemployment, which is also mentioned in the forum. The many young people and students have lost, their opportunities, and that can be filled through the skill training, so they can make the immunity boosting kits for their own villages and make as a social enterprise. And at the same time, they can also provide a basic healthcare system through this the simple program, and they can make their own career as a social entrepreneur. At the same time, provide the holistic healthcare and caring for the people. Of course, that can be done in different ways. Once they have gone through the training, the very first thing is identifying the interested, the right people, right volunteers, and then train them. And the second step, the 1 month training they go through properly. And third step, basically to make them working onto the ground with the collaborative approach with the different NGOs or through the governments, that we have to engage them into the as a third step for the implementation phase. One is once they get trained, they can also make their as a social entrepreneur. And second, employment, the sustainable model is basically making this holistic healthcare system as part of the government's healthcare, so that it will go hand in hand in a larger perspective. So that's why the transformation comes slowly. But at the moment, what is lacking in India in many places, the lack of skill set of the holistic healthcare system. So we have seen many villages, no one actually could really confidently guide people or mentor people or provide this kind of a holistic healthcare system. But this is very, very helpful and proven system. We could just do the last few months on the phone call, the guiding, the mentoring people through holistic healthcare practices, so they could adopt just with the mentoring, and they could recover from the different health problems. And I'm sure by imparting this knowledge to many volunteers, as a first step, actually during the COVID time, we trained some people and then made them, as part of the volunteering, made them volunteers to support some of the cases. It's a free of cost we have been doing, but at least we could sponsor and support some of the youth, young people, and made them as part of this the COVID recovery and relief activities. So that part made us very clear on how holistic healthcare can be easily implemented just by the step-by-step mentoring to the patients who can recover very easily. One is the simple and easy handling of the common problems with the immunity kit, the immunity boosters. For example, ashwagandha, the sesame seeds powder, and curry leaves powder, and moringa powder, and make them available as a simple kit, which can be produced at a simple cost in the villages. But the people have forgotten these basic things, and they're just buying the medicines. Instead of buying the medicines, they can produce these kind of simple immunity products, and then maybe with the same cost or with a little bit of profit, they can also sell for their own village. Of course, it has to be made as a standard quality, and without any deviations that must be done. But as part of this training, we also make them aware of what are the important things, what are the medicinal plants available, like giloy, all these things we mentioned about. So all these immunity boosters and natural herbs awareness also trained as part of this thing. So immunity kit training is also one of the aspect in the training part. That includes the immunity yoga basics, asana, pranayamas. One is an aspect, and then immunity medicines like Ayurveda, and immunity foods. So 3 sections: yoga for immunity, immunity foods, and immunity medicines. So basic medicines which can be easily acquired. So those are the things readily available as a kit. And the COVID people, they could use it with, even if they can't go out. Yes, with the kit, they could benefit. Many people have benefited through this approach. So I'm sure in these kind of a pandemic situations, not only that, but normal common problems are chronic problems. They can be definitely handled, and use such kind of the knowledge. The immunity kits can give some more insights to the patients also. But this is an opportunity to educate them for the natural herbs, basically, and the food items through these kits. And at the same time, the yoga for immunity, what are the basic things they can do, practices, and how to get rid of the stress in a more practical approach. And people can go and train the people, help the people through these things within their own village. And if every village has got 2 volunteers, helping the people, the old people who can move out, that really very, very helpful. So that's why how we are giving is as part of the training, how to care the aged people, how to care emergencies, and also the common diseases, how to cure common diseases, and how to care about the child health.
Yeah, thank you, Srini. Thank you very much for giving us that. This is very important, and as we are the world is going against the virus muted into some more dangerous mode now. That's what the experts, the doctors, the World Health Organization is saying now. We have to be more and more careful at this moment, because the season also got changed in India. And as rightly said, Srini, we have to go with the kind of food as a medicine. That's what I think you're advising us. Thank you very much. Yeah. So,
Dr. Ram?
Sir, please go ahead.
I just wanted to, at this juncture, I want to say your spiritual involvement is very important. As I keep telling, we are spiritual beings who have come to this world for human experience. So that nourishment is not happening in our system, in our educational system, in our family system. We are all becoming materialistic. So this is one message. If you want to remain healthy holistically, that week you are taking care of body, you are taking care of mind with all the reading, writing, and also seeing. But then where is the nourishment for spiritual? This is the most important problem today, is we never nourish that spiritual level of your existence. So I want to quote at this stage our founder president, Dr. Ashok Chauhan. He gives a yellow card like this. I will read one, which is a message for everyone, particularly youngsters. When God pushes somebody, inspires somebody, leads somebody, no power in the world can stop such a person. So Dr. Ashok K. Chauhan, quote, unquote, what he says is, keep a high goal and believe in your spiritual power. You are Aham Brahmasya. You are God. You have that power. That Atma has that spiritual power, what God is. So always connect with that powerhouse. You get that charge. And then you can do anything. Human mind is such a powerful thing. Atma is such a powerful thing. You can manifest anything you desire. Whether you can also manifest a disease, you can manifest a healthy life. You can manifest anything that you want intently. If you feel that you want to become a globally #1, you can achieve that. You want to become a rich man, you can achieve that. So this is what is the power of your Atma. So you can manifest anything you desire intensely, and that spiritual power will flow to you. So let us nurture. If you want to be healthy holistically, that spiritual dimension is being neglected. So I would strongly urge all of you to think how you would nurture that spiritual existence of yourself. Thank you.
I can see Kalam in you, Salamurthy. So, yeah, definitely. Yeah. So, your words,
you are doing a noble
sounding like
service. Srini, I'm blessed to meet you today. With such a noble service you are giving, human service to the society. I would like to have darshan and have blessings from you. We would also like to connect with you with Amity, because Amity is in the same mission like you. So besides giving education, we want to develop a global citizen. So I'm so blessed to meet you, Srini.
Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Selvamurthy and Srini and all the speakers. Now I think it is the time. It almost lasts more than 2.5 hours. We are online. I request the MC of the next MC, Pavitra, if you can introduce our next speaker, Dr. Swati Madan. Dr. Swati Madan is from Amity, and she is going to give us the closing remarks for today's event. Please go ahead, Pavitra.
Dr. Swati Madan is an associate professor at Amity Institute of Pharmacy, AIP. She is also an assistant director at Amity Institute of Indian System of Medicine. She has done PhD in pharmacognosy and phytochemistry from UGC and MPharm in pharmacognosy and phytochemistry. She possesses wide knowledge of the subject and is enthusiastic to take up challenging assignments. She has a consistent academic record, 1 silver medal in her B.Pharm. She has published about 28 international and 7 Indian publications. She was awarded Research Excellence Award by the Rejoice Health Foundation in association with the Homeopathic Medical Association and Amity University at Conference CME 2019. Dr. Swati has supervised 6 PhD students and co-supervised 5. She has attended and participated around 48 conferences, both national and international. She has also done certificate course in yoga for protocol instructor and foundation course in yoga science for wellness from Moroji Desai, National Institute of Yoga, Ministry of Ayush, Government of India. Now it's my pleasure to present to you Dr. Swati Madan for the closing remarks.
Yeah. Thank you.
Thank you all. Thank you, Dr. Ram Maruri, and thank you, Ms. Pavitra. At the end of this long enlightening session of webinar on boosting immunity through holistic healthcare, which is jointly organized by Lead India Foundation USA and Amity University India, I would like to express our gratitude to thanks all the esteemed speakers, chief guests, and guests of honors and MCs for the day for sparing their valuable time and giving their valuable knowledge on the topic. We are very thankful to Dr. Ram Maruri, who is the Managing Trustee, Liberty Foundation, for organizing such a wonderful webinar on the very important subject. Thank you, sir. So keeping in view, I would like to conclude that today, holistic healthcare has become the most important tool in boosting one's immunity. Holistic healthcare is an ancient approach to medicine that focuses on the patient's wellness and prevention of illness rather than just treating the symptoms of the disease. So it is about caring for the whole person, providing for your physical, mental, spiritual, and social needs through lifestyle modifications, traditional medicines, alternative medicines, and therapies. Holistic healthcare providers, they believe in the mind-body connection of treating their patients as a whole and empowering the patient to take their well-being into their own hands. Like yoga, it de-stresses the mind and strengthens the body, and regularly doing simple yogic exercises, we can enhance the one's immunity. Similarly, Ayurveda is one of the world's oldest holistic healing system, which is based on a belief that health and wellness, they depend on a delicate balance between circulatory, metabolic, matter aspects, Vata, Pitta, and Kapha, and perfect coordination between the mind, body, and spirit. So it plays an important role in maintaining the optimum and good health. The awareness about oneself and harmony with nature can achieve stronger immunity. The stronger the immunity and the safer we are. The weaker the immunity, the more vulnerable we are. So at this note, I would like to say that we are very thankful to Dr. Arun Kumar, Director, Training Liberty Foundation, who has very nicely explained that first, health is wealth. So we should keep our health as the topmost priority and addressed about the Lead India Foundation. Thank you, sir. And our humble and heartful thanks to the Honorable Founder and Chairman, Lead India Foundation, USA, Dr. Hari Ipanpalli, to give us the brief account of the Lead India Liberty Foundation, following the vision and mission of Dr. Kalam on transforming the youth into responsible citizens. We are grateful to our Honorable Chief Guest, Dr. W. Silvamurthy. He is the President, Amit University, and he has been awarded the Doctorate of Science in recognition of his eminent attainment in the field of science and is spearheading the research and development activities for the health and well-being. So I would like to say here that Dr. Silvamurthy have great passion for yoga and never been to hospital as he is following yoga from past 40 years, which is one of the best way of holistic health to boost our immunity. And thank you, sir, for your inspiring note on holistic health by giving emphasis on how we should nurture our physical health, mental health, spiritual health, which is very important to maintain good immunity through good diet, yoga, Ayurveda, sleep, personal hygiene. Sir has very nicely explained simple tips to boost our immunity. Thank you so much, sir. And we are very grateful to Dr. R.C. Dubey, who is the Dean, Medical Science and Health, Gurukul Kangri Vishwavidyalaya, Haridwar, for sparing his valuable time and for the motivational talk on the importance of boosting immunity through holistic healthcare, which has become the utmost importance in today's scenario. Sir has very well explained that immunity is within us and giving emphasis on the Maharishi Charak, the father of Ayurveda. Sir told us to grow our body, mind, and soul, we need to have well-balanced, nutrient-dense diet that contains good amount of fruits and vegetables, which is a good start to keep our immune system in a good working order. So eat well and drink well, get the proper vitamins and pay attention to our sleep practice for having a good hygiene. Managing stress, all these factors are very responsible to have a good immune system. Sir has told that Ganga water is having miraculous property. So one should have Ganga water, milk, honey in our day-to-day life. And we must avoid junk food and we should daily do yoga also. So, and Sir has explained the yoga therapy is very important to keep our immunity at its best. So thank you so much, sir, for giving us specific detail and vast knowledge about the subject. Thank you. We are also pleased to listen to the talk of Srinivas Alluri, the founder and president, Vishwa Manavata Samstha, Hyderabad. Sir has explained the way to go to boost our immune system and also aims to focus on to lead a healthy, eco-friendly life for the benefit of all humanity. We have learned a great deal and indebted to you as you have explained that first of all, human beings should have a great vision. Then only you can boost your immune system. And he has simply explained that still the people, they are not able to change their food habits, which is very important, and how to practice humanity and yogic principles, and have given immunity boosting ideas too. and people, they are missing their path and losing their health. So holistic healthcare is the need of hour. Thank you so much, sir, for enlightening words. And at the end, on the behalf of Amity University, with the blessings of our Honorable Founder President, Dr. Ashok K. Chauhan, Vice Chancellor Dr. Balvinder Shukla, Chancellor, Amity University, we would like to recognize and thank you all the members of the Lead India Foundation and Dr. Hari Epinpalli, Founder and Chairman, Lead India Foundation USA, for the successful conduction of this event. Thank you so much, sir.
Thank you very much, Dr. Swati. Thank you very much. And just before concluding this wonderful webinar and great insight given by the honorable keynote speakers, the chief guest and guest of honor, then chief patron of this event, and the keynote speaker, Dr. Srinivasa Alluri, I would like to mention a few other team members of Liberty Foundation and Lead India Foundation who have been helping us in our vision for the last, more than 4 to 6 months, even till now. Our advisor, Dr. Ravi Ayagari, then our President, Dr. Hari Krishna Maram, and other Executive Council members, Varad Krishnan, then Swati from Bengaluru, then few more great technical team members, Srini Guduru, Srini Komatipalli, then young leaders, Sai Gujje, Samir Ipanapalli, Chipa Vaishnavi, and so many great volunteers I not able to mention because of lack of time. Before closing, I request our founder and chairman, Dr. Hari, to say a few words.
It's wonderful to see you all. I think it's an amazing that we all coming together to save the people who are now facing the challenge of protecting from COVID. I think Srini and especially I was very grateful for Dr. Selvamurthy for his insightful information. And I'm very amazed to see he is practicing yoga for the last 40 years and a lot to learn from you, sir. And Professor Dubey also, Dr. Dubey also, thank you for joining us. Swati, madam, you did a wonderful summarization of all the speech that everybody presented here. Srini, I would like to sincerely request if you could provide some step-by-step guide how this immunity can be boosted and how youth can adapt your procedure. Dr. Selvamurthy will be happy to share that information with the student community of the Amity University. They have about 175,000 students all over the world. And this is not just for India. So every country is facing this challenge. I think your procedure, if you can make it simple and adaptable so that they can practice on a daily life and protect themselves and protect their friends, families, and neighbors. That's what we are looking for. So if you could kindly, again, do that, it will be very useful. And Dr. Dubey will work out a schedule when they can visit your campus and visit us also in Livingston, New Jersey. So we will make that arrangement with the permission from Dr. Selvamurthy. And Ram, you did a wonderful job. And let's continue this mission and save as many lives as possible by boosting their immunity and practicing our age-old tradition of Indian holistic medicine. I think that is the way to go now. So there's no band-aid here. It has to be a holistic way of saving people. And I think COVID has given us that opportunity to ensure that we need to address these issues in a holistic manner. Thank you so much for all of you for joining us. And we look forward to working with you, sir, Dr. Selvamurthy. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you all. We are closing now. Thank you very much.
Thank you.